Both my 7-year-old daughter and my 11-year-old son Jackson love Jimmy Donaldson. He's a YouTube sensation. You might know him by his YouTube name, Mr. Beast. While this being the largest YouTuber in the world, in 2022 and 23, this YouTube sensation and philanthropist, known for his over-the-top challenges and million-dollar giveaways, made a surprising pivot. Instead of another jaw-dropping stunt, he turned his focus into something far less flashy, but actually far more consequential: chocolate. Launching his brand Feastables, Mr. Beast wasn't just trying to enter the snack aisle. He actually wanted to tackle a problem that's been gnawing at the chocolate industry for decades: child labor. The harsh reality is that the global chocolate supply chain has long been entangled with exploitative practices, especially in West Africa, where 2/3 of the world's cacao originates. Despite industry promises, child labor is rampant. Most major chocolate companies, despite their glossy marketing, have struggled to clean up their supply chain. But Mr. Beast took a different route. He built Feastables on a commitment to ethical sourcing, on a commitment to working directly with the suppliers who ensure fair wages and ban exploitative labor. This idea wasn't just to make another candy bar. It was literally to create a better system. But here's the most striking part. It wasn't just about avoiding the problem. It was about rewiring the system. This is what Isaiah 58 is all about. When Isaiah calls the people to be repairers of broken walls and restorers of streets with dwellings, it's not just about pulling down structures of injustice. It's about building something better in their place. Liberation is only half the story. Restoration is the other half. Because here's the thing. Tearing down unjust systems is essential, but it leaves a void. And if that void isn't filled with something new, something healthier, more just, then old webs and often worse webs creep back in. That's why the story of the early church in Acts 2 is so powerful. It's easy to read Acts as a story of miracles and conversions, but beneath that is this quiet revolution of a community. The believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to breaking of bread and to prayer. They shared everything they had. They ate together. They made sure no one was in need. They didn't just tear down old ways of hierarchy and exclusion. They replaced them with shared tables and radical generosity. They rewove the web. The chocolate industry is messy. The economic systems we live in are tangled. The communities we're part of carry histories of harm. But the invitation isn't just to cut ties with injustice. It's to tie new knots of belonging and equity and equality and love. That's the beauty of Isaiah's vision. It's not just about avoiding harm. It's about proactive healing. It's about turning rubble into homes, broken streets into thriving communities. The work of restoration isn't always headline grabbing. It's small acts of shared meals. It's fair trade choices. It's generous conversations. But every stitch in the new web matters. So what kind of community are you helping to weave? Where do you see signs of hope? Places where the web is being reknit with justice and compassion and love. This week, reach out to someone in your community who might feel isolated or forgotten. Extend an invitation to coffee or a meal or a simple conversation. Because restoration doesn't always start with sweeping reforms. Sometimes it starts with two people at a table, sharing bread and building trust. Because in the end, webs don't just trap, they also connect. The question is, what kind of web are you weaving?